How do bass hear sound or feel vibration? I know some of you know. Do they have ears? Wow! That's a beauty. Good morning, guys and girls. It's November 5, and it started to rain. I'm going to try to get out of the rain here a little bit if I can. I get right under the awning of the house and try to get out of the rain. Just as fast as it started, it's about to quit. November 5. I got big old raindrops. Big old raindrops. November 5, we're looking at the book of Jimmy. We're not looking at the book of Jimmy. We're looking at the book of James. Absolutely, the book of James. We're looking at the book of James. James 5:13. Oh, this is good. Anyone ought to realize this. Anyone who's having troubles should pray. Anyone who is having troubles should pray. That's right. Real simple deal, isn't it? Anyone who is having troubles should pray. That sounds real simple. You shouldn't even really, I tell you what, a lot of people that's not even believers probably do that. Anyone who's having trouble should pray. Let's see what I wrote about that. That's kind of an interesting deal. Casting angles can be just as important as locating fish. You hear that? Casting angles can be just as important as locating fish. Most of the time, we are around some fish, but catching them can be really, really tricky. I think it's really important for a fisherman to stand up while bass fishing. In other words, stand up and fish as opposed to sitting down while fishing. We never even carry a front seat in the tournaments. Never carry a front seat. That's how important it is. And nowadays, I'm sitting down a little bit more fishing. Y'all have noticed that, but I'm standing up most of the time. This will dramatically improve your angles, your casting angles to your target, especially if you're flipping, if you're pitching, or if you're making relatively short casts. It improves your casting angles dramatically. Improving your casting angles will improve your catch. It's really important for a Christian to pray in order to flourish in life. What a great sentence that is. If you want to flourish in life, it's very important that you pray. God knows what we are going through. He knows all the angles of every single situation. We're not praying to let God know what troubles we have. He already knows. Rather, we are praying to include God in the problem solving. You hear that? We're not praying to tell God about all the problems we've got. He knows what problems we've got. We're praying to include Him in the problem solving. This next sentence is a good one. God wants to be the solution. God wants to be the solution, not just a part of it. He wants to be the solution. A great deal of the time I find out I have a problem because I left God out in the first place. I have a problem because I left God out in the first place. You know, they call God the problem solver. Do you know why they call Him the problem solver? Because He solved problems for a lot of people for years and years and years. And if you will just think about all of the problems that God has solved for you in your life last year, a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20, 30 years ago. Just think about all the problems. If you just sit down, it's kind of like counting your blessings. If you just count your blessings, just sit down and start writing your blessings down, pretty soon you're going to have a whole page full using up more paper. If you will sit down and count the times in your life when God has solved your problems, that will increase your faith for whatever problem you might be going through right now or you're getting ready to experience. When you think about and realize, we seem to have amnesia sometimes. We seem to forget about how God took care of us 5 years ago, a year ago, a month ago, 20 years ago, when we had a problem that was just gut-wrenching, and yet God worked us through that problem. God solved that problem. He is a problem solver. When we think about all the problems God has solved for us in our lifetime, it increases our faith. It makes us realize that whatever we're going through, whatever problem we're going through, believe you me, we're going through some major ones right now. But I know without a shadow of a doubt, God is going to solve those problems. God is going to solve those problems. Here's our tip for today. And it quit raining. You know, I moved in under my little awning right here. I just got a little tiny awning, but it's coming from the north. This rain's coming from the north. I get in out of my awning and it quits raining. I should have stayed out there in the rain. Here's our tip for today. Bass actually hear or feel vibration. They don't really hear like we hear. They feel vibration through their lateral line. That's right, they do not have ears. So some of you might have been wondering, I know not all of y'all are fishermen, but a lot of you are, and you knew the answer to that really, really quickly and easily, but they actually feel the vibration through their lateral line. So if you see a bass, if you see a black bass, he's got a lateral line running down the middle of his body. That's where they get, you know, you see the paintings of them, it's black on the outside of their skin. That's actually their lateral line running down through there. That's how they feel the vibrations. So bigger bass can feel the vibrations better than smaller bass because he's got a bigger lateral line. I think. I'm not totally positive of that. That's just country boy common sense. I believe it, though. I believe that's what I believe. So the bigger bass, that's why they're a little bit more cautious and a little bit more difficult to catch. They know we're there a lot of times. So bass feel the vibrations or hear sound, what we're talking about, hearing sound, through their lateral line. Guys and girls, go out there and have you a great one today. Stay out of the rain. It is turned winter time on us here in Oklahoma, but we have warmer weather promise. And remember, I sure do love you.